Let's get more details on our top story this morning. Business is booming. First quarter numbers are out, confirming what we suspected. 67% jump in new licenses in the first quarter of this year. Delighted to be joined on the line now by one of the people who made it happen, Arvind Ramamurthy, Chief of Market Development at ADGM. Arvind, good morning.
Morning. How are you today?
Good, thanks very much indeed. So 67% increase in new licenses. Let's talk companies first of all. What kind of firms are moving into ADGM?
Thanks for the question. It's been a stellar quarter for us, right? I mean, on the back of a few stellar years, to be honest, reflective of what's happening in Abu Dhabi, but also broadly in the UAE and the region. So it's been a fantastic quarter. So what we have seen in the first quarter is growth across the spectrum, right? We've seen, of course, very large asset managers, which continues to be the forte in a way of ADGM coming in. We've had some headline namers coming in. Similarly, on the banking side and on the private banking wealth management side, we've seen a significant influx of new names. On the digital assets and the fintech side, again, thanks to the progressive regulations we've got here, we've seen large names coming in. And similarly, on the corporate side and the family offices space as well, we've seen some big names. So, to give a few names, we've had players like Skadden, players like Invest Industrial, like Art Capita, like Poland, Seviora, and the list goes on, right? And it has been a pretty gratifying first quarter for us.
Okay, so what happens next? Clearly, the rising tide is lifting all boats at the moment. The three major financial centres in the Gulf, there's yourselves in Abu Dhabi, there's DIFC and Riyadh as well. We cannot discount Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Where does it go from here?
I genuinely believe this is just the beginning, right? To me, people talk about competition, but I think, first of all, competition is good. It's good for us. It keeps us on our toes. It's good for the clients. It's good because of the service quality. I think it's good for everyone. I genuinely believe that, we're at the tip of the iceberg, right? I know the growth numbers have been astounding for us over the last 3 years, as it is for the other jurisdictions as well. I genuinely believe that, the direction of travel globally is going to bring more business into the region. And I think all of us are going to win, right? As ADGM, we continue to be uber focused, whether it's what we do in the asset management space or whether it's what we do in the innovation space, right? One of the things that I think keeps us apart is the fact that we are progressive, we are very, very customer focused, and we want to provide service quality that's unparalleled.
I was looking at an interview with one of the senior guys from JP Morgan speaking in the National just a couple of days ago, talking about their strategy, and they said the Middle East and Africa is a very, very buoyant part of their business, particularly the UAE and Saudi Arabia. But he said, basically, we have to be in all three centres. We have to be in Abu Dhabi as JP Morgan, we have to be in Dubai, and we have to be in Riyadh. How do you facilitate that with your clients? Yes, of course, you compete against these places, but you understand that they have a regional business. I'm just wondering how that dynamic plays out when you're in the room with the guys from JP Morgan or whoever else it may be.
That's again a great question. As I said earlier, we don't look at this as competition, right? I think first of all, it's healthy. I think, as I said, the opportunity is for the entire region to win. And as part of that, I think all of us have a role to play. And, from an ADGM perspective, we continue to play our role.
Let's talk about non-financial services. 29,000 people now working in ADGM on Al Maria Island and now spill over into Reem Island as well. A lot of them are hedge fund managers, bankers and so on, but a lot of them are baristas working in Costa Coffee or whatever it may be, sushi chefs in Zuma. How does that 29,000 number break down, Arvind?
I would say a lot of the individuals working are actually white-collar professional, services players, right? What we are seeing increasingly is that, whether it's hedge funds, whether it's banks, whether it's fintechs, all of them are kind of moving into the region. And what you're seeing in general is a very, very high quality of talent, right? That's looking to be in this region and work in this region. What we offer at ADGM is a live, work and play mentality, right? ADGM, we just don't have commercial, but we have residential, we've got retail, we have schools, we've got colleges, we've got hospitals. It's that entire ecosystem that we want to provide to our clients.
I'm going to ask a slightly off-field question, but I'm interested to know your thoughts on the answer. Disneyland in Yas Island, 20-minute drive from you. On the surface, they are not directly linked, a theme park and a financial centre. But in some sense, they're bits of the Abu Dhabi jigsaw. How do these different bits of the jigsaw fit together, whether it's Disneyland on Yas Island or the museums on Sadia Island?
Abu Dhabi has become, it's always been, but it's become even more recently, is a hub for culture, it's a hub for entertainment, it's a hub for lifestyle, it's a hub for finance, a global hub for finance for that matter. Having the cultural district, having an Abrahamic house, having the Louvre, and then the new museums that are coming up. Team Lab just opened. We've got the Formula One. And then, of course, have now Disney, and you've got all the other attractions. It just makes Abu Dhabi that much more, it being the safest city in the world for the last 9 years. We've also been ranked the most livable. And I think all of this goes into that livability factor, which makes it, from a talent perspective, even more attractive for people to come and live and kind of, bring their families and spend time in Abu Dhabi.
It's a fair point. You can not only earn the big bucks, but you can wear your shiny gold Rolex walking around the streets without fear of someone driving past on an electric bike
200%.
stealing it. Arvind, good talking to you. Appreciate your time this morning. Arvind Ramamurthy there, Chief of Market Development at ADGM. 67% increase in new licenses at Abu Dhabi's financial centre in the first quarter of this year.